If you have osteoarthritis like I have, I've got it in my hands and got it in my knees and in my spine and in my neck, do this. Hi, I'm Paula Rose. Welcome to Wellness for Women. This is where we talk about health and wellness of mind, body and emotions of women, particularly who are over 50, so you can stay well and healthy right into your old age. So we're talking about not rheumatoid arthritis today, but we're talking about osteoarthritis, which is quite a different type of arthritis. Rheumatoid is actually to do with your immune system. It's where the immune system actually attacks your own body, whereas osteoarthritis is typically thought to be caused by wear and tear, although my consultant told me not necessarily, that a lot of people who aren't sporty people, who haven't exercised all their life, can get osteoarthritis. Now, I've grown up as very sporty. I was a gymnastic teacher, and so as a teenager I was also running at Kensington in Adelaide for the Port Adelaide Harriers, and running in Kensington Olympic Field, and I did track and field. And so I've right up until I had my knee replacement, I was running. So I'm 69 years old, so up until just a few years ago I was running regularly. And people used to say, well, you shouldn't have done that, you wouldn't have had arthritis. But I've got arthritis in my hands. I've never broken any bones in my hands that I know of, and yet I got arthritis in my hands, and they're coming quite knobbly, and they can be quite painful and quite distorted, particularly around this area and around this area. Now, what I have found, and it is scientifically true, that you need to move regardless of the pain that your arthritis is causing you. And one thing that a lot of people do with arthritis, because they're stiff and it's painful, they stop moving. And that is the worst thing you can do. Once upon a time I was a nurse and I worked in the Julia Farr Centre in Adelaide, and that is an incurable diseases, non-infectious hospital. I don't know whether it's still there or not. This is way back in the 70s. And each ward was assigned, they had a particular ailment, and one whole ward was called Radar, and it had a lot of people with arthritis that were stuck in certain positions. One woman, she was stuck with her legs straight out. She was sitting straight out, and she was stuck there. She couldn't move or anything like this. This is before the days where knee replacements and joint replacements were in fashion. I don't think we never heard about them, so I don't think that they were on offer for people. So these poor people were stuck, and another lady had her arms like this, stuck like this, and we used to have to look after her and care for her, and she was all crippled up with arthritis, because in those days people were told not to move. If it hurts, don't move and then it won't hurt. But what had happened is that the joints actually seized up and they atrophied in a particular position. But what you need to do is what I do. We need to move, stretch yourself, lift weights, be active as much as you possibly can. Get yourself a personal trainer if you can. If you've got arthritis, you need to move. When I'm an author, I write books. I've got several books. I'm authoring another book at the moment on mindset and wellness, and I put on a timer. I do the Pomodoro method, is where that you have writing sprints, and the reason why I do that, the only reason why I do that, to remind me to get up, because with this arthritis in my spine and neck, if I don't get up every 20 minutes, I feel almost crippled. You know, you feel all stiff and horrible, and all of your muscles, you know, are all knotted up. And so I've got this timer that I put on every 20 minutes, and I have a break for 5 minutes. I get on my rebounder and I go for a bit of a run on my rebounder, or I get on my power plank. I've got a little mini gym at my home, which over the years I've built, or I move, and then I sit down, and I can do that backs and forwards all day, and then I'm okay. I'm not stiff. You have to, if you've got osteoarthritis, you have to move. I exercise my hands. I stretch my hands back. Does it hurt? Well, it doesn't anymore because I've been doing it for a long time. But the more you do it, and the more you try to flex those joints, what happens is the synovial fluid, which is in between each little joint, you've got padding cartilage, and you've got a little fluid, it's like brake fluid, in your joints called synovial fluid to cushion the impact upon your joints. And the more you exercise, that actually gets produced. So if you don't exercise, your joints will stiffen and they will atrophy. The synovial fluid won't be produced, and you'll be far worse off. I'm sure that if I haven't exercised my hands over the years, and I had shown signs of arthritis in my 40s, and there was a time where I couldn't use my hands because they were just so painful. But I started to learn and understand, because from my past nursing experience, that I have to go past that pain barrier. And now I've got my fingers are flexible. I can use them. Do I drop cups every now and then? Yes, I do. Sometimes, and I think, well, I have to do a little bit more weights and to help strengthen the muscles, because once you've strengthened the muscles in your hands and your arms and in your legs, that supports your skeletal system, and then you'll be stronger. And although the arthritis is attacking your bones, if you've got strong muscles, you'll get that support. So that's today's tip. Remember, if you have osteoarthritis, move. There's so many wonderful YouTube channels on YouTube that you can get free. But if you just Google into YouTube osteoarthritis exercises, it'll give you a lot of exercises that you can do to keep your joints supple, to keep your joints well and healthy, so you can use your hands and move and be healthy into old age as much as you can. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please comment, please share. Let's get this channel on the road and get message out that women, no matter what our age, we can be healthy and well if we take responsibility for our own health, and we apply certain principles, so we can go on way into old age independent and healthy, because you've only got one life to live, and let's live it well, because your wellness matters. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.